I wanted to ask you if I'm asking them how they're using CBD in their businesses as golds or something specific.
You can, whichever. Yeah.
We're recording. All right, we're live. Well, welcome everyone. Hi. Welcome back to our live. This is our team call. We are represented from all over the United States. My name is Nicole Connor, and I'm a leader out of the Sierra Mountains in Northern California. And it's my pleasure and honor to interview several business leaders from the company Zija International. And you've probably heard of all of us represented and tagged in this post that we have been dripping on you about the Intune CBD Square, our other amazing products. So all of the panelists tonight are going to be talking about how they've incorporated products into the building of their business. They have all reached the level of gold or higher. And so we're going to invite, as we go through, several panelists tonight, and just stay tuned. If you ever are looking for a side hustle, this is a great one to consider. If you're ever looking into something that can really help a lot of people, and that's your motive for people first before profits, this is your company and this is your team. So we are going to get started with coach and author Kebie Whitehead. Welcome to the call. Thank you so much for being here, Kebie.
Hey, Nicole.
Now, Kebie has a great, not only testimonies, but we're not sharing that right now. Let's talk about how you've started to incorporate the Intune CBD, hemp CBD Square into the building of your current business the last several weeks, or a couple months, actually.
So whenever I seen the square and used it, had a result, and then other people had results, I said, this is crazy good. We've got to get it out to as many people as we know by first name. So for me, I just had a conversation with my dad, and I'm like, I'm getting ready to sign up everybody I know on this product. And either they're yes or no, but they will at least have been introduced to it by me. So that's my goal and mission, is to share it with as many people as I know, because it's changing lives. So you ask, how am I implementing it? I want to look at what's duplicatable. That's what's key. It's not what works for me, it's what I can duplicate. So keeping things simple and duplicatable systems, which is we're using our Facebook group, we're using our Facebook Messenger, we're tagging in videos, we're sending one sample, and we have tenacious follow-up. So the cycle sheets are crucial. Right here. This is one person on my team this week, front and back names.
Awesome.
So well, yes, I help my team as well until they get started. So hopefully I answered your question, but it's about following the system and then going through new distributor training. Those are the two main things that I'm implementing. Yeah.
Absolutely. And I love that you have always taught, at least certainly everyone here in this group, teaching people before profits, teaching training, get skills, don't just go out and spam people. So I'm going to go on to someone else. And if one of you would cover the issue of spamming and, just dropping the bomb on someone that you don't have a relationship with and how you're not doing that, I'm going to go ahead and call on Noelle. Noelle, you're next up. Welcome to the call. If you would mind touching on, and thank you so much, just tell us where you're from and how not to spam and how to create that relationship when you're introducing an awesome product like Intune.
Well, thank you. Okay, so, it's first and foremost, as we talk about people before profits, a relationship business. And so, yes, we have to have a relationship with people, especially when we're approaching them with these types of products. I think it's one thing to be asked to try new nail type, new colors for nails, or even a Pampered Chef, something that, but these are products that are changing people's lives. And not to be then just handled, and I'm not saying that people who do that with nails are, but, I also don't want to lose people in the idea of spamming them. So, Kebie talked about tenacious follow-up, and part of that is the customer service relationship side of follow-up. Because do you want to get the product in everybody's hands? Yes. But we're all different types of people, and so everybody kind of needs to be approached as the individual that they are, in my opinion.
Yep.
And so yes, we need to teach systems, and then there's the other side of it, which is, for me, kind of take somebody's personality and the issue that they're dealing with into consideration as you're approaching them.
So let me ask you a question just to follow up on what you just said. And so let's say a friend of ours, we haven't talked to them in a while, and they have a health condition that you believe that our current product might give them some relief from. So instead of, you know, jumping all over them, can you give me an example of how you might open up a dialogue with someone who's had a challenge and you're looking to help them?
Well, yeah, and again, that's going to depend on how much you've been in touch over the years, right? Some people, you might just see them on Facebook talking about some challenges that they have, and that might be financial challenges too, and you'd like to give them the opportunity to be a person who makes a profit from this product and all of the products that we offer, you know, whatever your niche may be, but giving them that opportunity to, not holding back on that. So yeah, I guess it would depend on how much you've been in touch with them, but you know, at some point you need to make an offer, right? At some point you need to open up the conversation and say, look, this is what I wanted to talk with you about. This is something that's very important to me that I feel could also benefit you. And so as long as you take them, again, like Kebie said, through the system, and part of that is adding them to a Facebook group where there's really, you know, they can take a look at stuff as needed for them, you know, not as needed, but in their own time and when it fits them in their own life. Because again, you know, we don't know what's going on in everybody's lives. They may be slammed with soccer practices and all different kinds of things that come up. Tax season, you know, it's the best time to have an in-tune square on.
Yeah, for sure. So what you're saying is essentially what we call in the industry form. We want to know about what's going on in your life. We're going to talk about your family, what you've been doing, you know, for your job, your occupation. We're going to talk about what you're doing for fun or recreation. And then if it's appropriate, we move on to the message, right? Why we're reaching out. You know, if we have an opportunity to help, you know, and Kebie mentioned, you know, that we really want to get these products into everyone's hands because we're seeing results like the testimony that was just given moments ago. So thank you, Noelle. I think you did a great job covering that topic. Thank you so much.
I just want to point out one more thing, and I know that everybody needs to have a chance to go, but my feeling about it is the same about our wonderful products with Moringa, is we can't reach everybody ourselves. So whether you have a feeling about the words network marketing or direct sales, I mean, we can't reach all of our friends' friends and our friends' family and then reach out from there and reach out from there. That's really what this is all about.
Right. Yes. So that's awesome. I'm going to actually use that with my next guest. Thank you so much, Noelle. You're the bomb.
Oh, thank you, Nicole.
Welcome to the call, and thank you so much for the testimony interview you did just a bit ago. Awesome job. Now you are not only a leader, but you have a great, you know, wonderful team that's getting trained. You've done a fabulous job in educating people, connecting them to the system, third-party calls, etc. I mean, you really are just demonstrating all those things. So thank you so much for your leadership in that way. Tell us a little bit more about, kind of piggyback off what Noelle said, and how you're incorporating really getting to know people's issues and being appropriate, you know, in talking to them about these kinds of things and in, you know, introducing it to them in their life.
Well, thank you, Nicole. I think that something that I've been doing and trying to do just recently is time is of the essence. And I don't mean that, you know, you've got to drop everything, but, and what I mean by that, let me explain. I know that a lot of you market on social media. I do a little bit of that. And the only reason I do it is because I learned how to do it through the Art of Social Media class that Kebie instructs. And then many of you have done that as well. Maybe everybody has, I don't know. But had I not been able to do that class, I would have been doing it wrong for sure. And I even made a few mistakes along the way. But as a 20-year UPS driver in Northwest Oklahoma, and not just in one town, I mean, I probably 150-mile radius from where I live, I've gotten to know over the 20 years a lot of people, and I'm still out in that area with what I do now. So a lot of my business is personal contact. And if somebody contacts me and says, hey, I need this, I want to try this, regardless of it, if it's the Intune Square or Super Mix or whatever it is, man, I get it to them ASAP, because I found out that you do not want to give people an opportunity to change their mind, because if they think about it, what do? We always kind of start thinking about things and we go, well, and then there's these other factors in there. But a good example is a lady that just lives in about 8 miles of here wanted to try the Intune Squares. She wanted a sleeve of 6, and we had just gotten home from a 2-hour trip, and it was already, I don't know, 8 or 9 o'clock at night. And I said, my wife Robin, she goes, where are you headed? And I said, I'm going to go get these squares to this gal tonight. She going to do that tonight? Yes, I'm going to do it tonight. And I went out there. They were at a small group meeting, but it was tucked in her door. And when she got home, she called me and said, hey, you didn't have to do that, but thanks. I actually put one on tonight before she went to sleep. So I guess that it's just a matter of trying to meet people's needs just as soon as you can. And if you mail some out, don't wait 2 or 3 days to mail them out. Get those envelopes ready and the stamps and get them to them that day. But that's kind of been a big deal for me right now. That's just one of the things that I've been doing, is try to be a servant, for these folks that wants to try the product.
I love your perspective, and I think we all would share that perspective to serve others. And that's what I love about this group, this community, this collaborative, scenario that we have going on. We're all on different teams. We're all on different areas of the world. And, we've come together of like-minded people to serve people first. And like I said, you've done a great job. Noelle's fabulous at customer service. I mean, when it comes down to handling your people and making sure that they are being served well, and the follow-up, it's awesome. Thank you so much, Dennis, for contributing to the call. I really appreciate you being on. All right, I'm going to go ahead and invite Don McGee on. Thank you so much, Dennis. Don, are you unmuted? Are you good?
Yes, I am. Thank you, Nicole.
You're welcome. Thank you so much. So you've heard Kebie talk, you've heard Noelle, you've heard Dennis. I know that you are an incredible networking queen. So for those listening on Facebook, could you give us just a little bit of tips if they feel like they really don't know people in their area? Dennis has the opportunity to go kind of 150-mile radius face-to-face with a lot of folks. If they don't really have a lot of people in their network of folks and they haven't really established relationships, can you give us some tips on, if you don't mind, sharing just a couple of tips on networking and how to get to know people to serve them as customers and or business leaders?
Yes, absolutely. First and foremost, yes, we have to have the mindset of being a servant leader and building those relationships with people. And you need to go where people are. And if you might think that you don't know very many people, but we run into people everywhere we go. We talk to people everywhere, the grocery store, in the checkout line, at the gas station, wherever. We run into people. And it's as simple as making that connection. Hey, how are you doing today? Oh, I really like that top you have on today. Your hair looks really nice. Engage in a conversation. People love to talk about who? Themselves. So let them start talking. If someone's not feeling well, they're going to tell you immediately. And guess what? We have solutions that can help them from pain. Oh my goodness. We've got a solution for that. I've got a square for that, right? And want to lose weight or inflammation or what have you. It's got to be relatable. And it just strike up that conversation with them and figure out how we can help them. You definitely want to be authentic, to come from the standpoint of not what can they do for us, what can I do for them? How can I help them? And it might not be anything that we have to offer. Maybe it's a suggestion about something else of what they're talking about. It might be a product of a different kind. It could be something like makeup. They might be talking to me about makeup. They're like, oh, wow, your makeup looks amazing. Now that my skin is aging and it's more mature skin, how in the world, what are you doing? I'll be like, oh, wow, yeah, well, let me share with you what I use. If I don't sell it, I may just be sharing that. So it's all about mindset of how can I help this person truly, authentically, and what have you. And, you know, when you are a product of the product, people are going to ask.
Right.
So you asked, where do you find people? If you want to go and meet people in person, go to groups. Find what's on your community. There's meetups, there's networking, there's Chamber of Commerce meetings, there's clubs. There's all kinds of places. The YMCA is a great place to meet people. Go to a body pump class or a Zumba class or aerobics class. You'll run into people all over the place. And just by striking up that conversation, hi, how are you doing today? It's so nice to meet you, and what have you, it opens up that door of communication. And then once that door is open, and if we have something that can help them, why would we not share it? And oftentimes I've run into people who hadn't seen me in a couple of years and are like, oh my gosh, what have you done? I'm a product of the product. And I'm like, well, what are you referring to? Could it be hair? Could it be, I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
And then
Right.
they tell me specifically, oh, wow, okay, I'll share with you what I did. I found this incredible product. It has helped change my life, and it's giving me my health back. I'm back in control of my own health. And if they want to know more, they'll ask. I don't vomit it up on them. I'm asking questions.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Dawn. I mean, and if you don't know who she is, she's an author, a speaker. She has, won numerous awards, is a business owner of several businesses. I mean, this girl is the queen of multiple streams of income and has been since she was a teenager. So if you want to find out more about, those kinds of things, that's the girl to listen to. Everyone for being on. I'm going to go ahead and just turn this over to Kebie. And then if you'd like, I can summarize. Did you have something else you wanted to add?
You go ahead. Unless you have a question, yeah.
No, I think I'm good. I think we've covered quite a bit tonight. I think everyone's done a beautiful job, not only in your leadership. The gold rush is on, guys. And if you are really seriously looking for a side hustle, you've just done your taxes, you're thinking, how can I keep more of my money? Get out of that employee box, and you need to start doing something a little bit extra. Raise your hand if you've been able to keep more of your taxes and or get tax return because you own your own side hustle.
Yeah.
Amen. So I'm going to go ahead and summarize what everyone had to say. Again, this is a people business. We build relationships first, and then we share our experience.